We are still in Maine. We are headed into Canada this morning, but I want to do a van tour of Marilyn's van. And hey Marilyn.
Hey Mona.
Hey Jazzy. I'm good. How are y'all?
I'm doing wonderful. How about yourself?
I'm good. I was wondering if we could do a tour of your van.
Oh, sure.
All right. If you want to take me inside, we'll do that.
Okay.
What year, make, and model?
This is a 2014 Chrysler Town & Country.
Okay.
It has the stow and go seats, and right now I have them stowed. I am considering removing some just for extra storage. I just haven't got that far yet.
I got
in my
you.
planning.
I got you.
It's baby steps.
So is this a build or just you can take it out?
This is basically a no build.
No build? Okay.
What little I have done is not permanently attached. I have nothing permanently attached in here. Anyhow, this is the setup I find. This is my third build. The first one I did was basically one long cot that turned out to be too long for me, and I left this third row seat up, and it worked quite well for that short trip. It was only a 10-day trip, and I used that seat to relax in, so I thought that would be a good idea. However, when I went to Florida for the month of February, that seat became nothing but a chaotic catch-all. So I put it down, and I came up with the sideboard cabinet, and I had to get a smaller cot because of the box, the kitchenette box that I built for the back. I mismeasured things.
Okay, so you built you a box in the back, and what does it hold?
That is my kitchenette.
Okay.
It has my set power refrigerator freezer on top, and underneath it has 3 bays for storage, and we'll get to that in a few minutes. I'll show you that.
Okay. All right.
This cot is my third cot, and it's been the best one so far. It is a Coleman Comfort cot. It's only 69 inches. I don't need anything longer than that. I'm 5'4", so this is a perfect size for me.
Okay, so Jazzy is a pretty good sized dog. Where does she sleep?
Right here.
She sleeps on the floor.
You can
okay.
see the mess that she has made.
All right, so she doesn't sleep in the bed with you?
No.
Okay.
No, she doesn't. She does at home, but not here. I toss and turn too much, and
okay.
She gets a little grumbly.
You're disturbing her sleep.
She does. She sleeps much better than I do.
Okay, so what kind of lights do you have?
I really don't have a whole lot of, I do have this battery-operated light that you can't really see very well in the daylight.
Right.
But it's got 4 different settings.
Okay.
That's the only basic light I use in here. If I come in after dark, I have this little light right here.
Yes.
That I can at least hit from the door to get me in. In the evening, this is my favorite little light. This is a bug zapper light.
Oh, yeah.
And it has the 3 different settings on that, plus the little bug zapper, which you can't see right now, but it works quite well.
Yes, and where we're at right now, and way up north in Maine, the black flies are terrible. So
and I think I've got a couple bodies in there that haven't gotten totally burned off.
Okay.
But it fits down in here in the daytime. At nighttime when we're parked, it gets to be a little bit chaotic in here, but hey.
Yeah. So what all do you keep in your cabinet there?
Okay, in my cabinet, this was the best thing for me. It really has helped keep the organization in a better form. But across, it's got 2 shelves, and each one holds a certain category, so to speak. This one is my electronic one. It has my fans, my lights, my radio, which I don't very often use, and a little handheld vac that does an okay job. And then down below I have what I call my dainty box. It has all my typical bathroom supplies. And then I have a little toolbox down here where I've got scissors and a measuring tape, a couple little screwdrivers, just in case you need it. The next box over has all of my charging type of things. Well, the next two boxes are charging type things, as is this. This is where I store all of my cords that we all have for our electronic devices, and eventually they just kind of get jumbled up in here rather than put away like they should.
I understand that.
Yeah, life on the road, you know, every once in a while you have to stop and just kind of reorganize everything.
Yeah. So how many meetups have you been to?
I have been actually to just 2 meetups. The first one was in Florida with Lulu's Way, and after that was over with, I traveled around Florida with Jan from Butterfly Tracks for a while. I broke off a few times to go visit some friends, but then I rejoined. At the end of Florida, I went back home, and in early May, I went to the Pennsylvania Roundup number 2 that was held at Pine Grove Furnace in Pennsylvania. Beautiful park.
So this is your first rolling meetup?
This is my first rolling meetup. Sadly, I won't be able to continue on.
And why is that?
Because I was not able to keep up with my refrigeration power. The batteries were just difficult to charge, to say the least. They're good batteries, but they're not appropriate for this type of a rolling meetup.
Okay, so you have the slow charging battery.
I do. I have a Jackery 500. I have an 𝙝𝙧𝙧𝙧𝙀𝙪𝙀 1800. And like I said, they're both great batteries, but they just are not what you need for a rolling meetup. They're great for being out for a few days and then going to maybe a campground so you could charge them up. But for a rolling meetup like this, where you're wild camping and while you're hoping for some solar and not always having it available, it makes it pretty tough.
Well, too, with your solar, it's portable, so you got to be stopped.
Right.
And with a rolling meetup, we're rolling down the road seeing stuff, so you can't throw that portable solar out. If you had solar mounted on top of your van,
it would be much better.
It would be much better.
And I am planning on doing that, plus I'm going to bump that up from a 100-watt solar to 200.
200, yes.
And definitely looking for a different power station. I'm looking at a Blue Eddy or an EcoFlow because they charge faster.
Right, right.
But that'll be something I deal with when I get home. And as much as I was looking forward to doing this, I am just so happy that I at least got a week with Mona and Linda and Sandy and was able to enjoy it this far. And in this week, I have learned so much. It's always a learning. Every trip is a learning experience.
It is. Yeah.
I spent 5 hours at McDonald's charging this battery. It was at 37% when I took it in, and I came out with only 80% after 5 hours. And I sat there and edited a few videos, and
but you missed all of the...
I missed all of the
adventures that we had while you were sitting there charging.
Right.
And I hated that.
Yeah, I kind of did too, but you got to do what you got to do.
That's true. And you've learned.
I have learned, and I'll be ready for the next rolling meetup. I'm kind of hoping if things work out where I get all the stuff that I need, maybe I'll be able to catch up with Jan and her chasing waterfalls time she gets to Michigan. Okay.
Are you planning on going to Quartzsite in January?
I doubt it.
Okay.
I've never been west, but I've always gone to Florida in February. That is my favorite time to go to Florida. And I have friends and family there, so that's part of the other reason why I go. So things could change. You never know. I might end up going, but right now it's up in the air.
Well, you only live once.
That's right.
You should go to Quartzsite one time just to experience it.
I should, and maybe that time I will have a rolling meetup with Mona and get out there. Okay, after watching a number of videos and the way people have designed their kitchenettes and whatnot, I decided maybe I can do that. So I designed this box particularly to fit the cooler I have here. I originally had a Coleman cooler and I had a small freezer where I was switching out the ice packs, and that small cooler failed me. So, on the recommendation of a very good friend, I bought the Set Power unit that has the refrigerator and the freezer, and I made sure that it was close to the same dimensions as my cooler was, so it would still fit in this box I designed for that. You can see I have my paper towels here. Inside here, I have 3 bays for my kitchenette storage.
Okay, so this is your battery that is not working too well on rolling meetups. If you are sitting at a meetup that's at a campground and you're staying there 2 or 3 days, it works fine.
Right.
But with the rolling meetup, we don't travel enough during the day to charge it while you're driving. If you're doing the rolling meetups, you really need a fast charging battery, like the EcoFlow or the, what's the other one? The Blue 80. Yeah, the Blue 80. I have the Blue 80s. I don't know why I can't think of that. But I have a 200-watt solar panel on top of my van. I also have a generator that I can charge with. Okay, so tell me about the front of your box there. 'Cause I know you did something special there.
I did do something special. Underneath this painting is a product called 𝙝𝙪𝙧𝙧𝙚𝙪𝙣𝙙𝙪. It's a paint. It's a very thick paint, very black, that when you paint it on most surfaces, it turns it into a magnetic board. I don't happen to have a magnet on here yet. I've been having trouble finding some magnets, but in my last meetup I had magnets on here. And then after I got done painting it, I just painted the scene on here. I started a YouTube channel. I originally had it as The Adventures of Minivan Go, and I changed that to Traveling with Minivan Go.
Okay, I'll link that in the description.
Okay. And this was just a little design of my own with my van and my dog, you know. It just,
oh, let's talk about Jazzy.
Yeah, let's talk about Jazzy.
Jazzy. Hey, baby.
I'll come see you. Jazzy is she's about 5.5 years old. She's a border collie, and she is the love of my life, for sure. She just is so energetic and so loving. She can't wait to meet people. Of course, she's my little people greeter. What else would you like to know about her? I could go on for days.
What is her favorite activity?
Chasing squirrels.
Chasing
oh
squirrels.
My goodness, there's a squirrel up every tree. Look, she's ready to...
She's ready to go.
She's
ready to go find a squirrel. Where's the squirrel? Where is that squirrel?
Shall I take your leash off and you can show her where the squirrel is?
Yeah, show me where the squirrel is.
Come here. Go find the squirrel.
Where's the squirrel? She also loves to go swimming. Okay, do you have any words of wisdom, advice for women who wanting to do this kind of lifestyle?
Don't wait. Get out there and do it. It's such a free feeling and inspiration. I just love this type of lifestyle. I would almost like to do it full time, but I'd have to do it in a bigger van. But only for a year. I do have a Sticks and Bricks that I love and will be there. But just to have the opportunity to go travel and see the sights of this country, it's a beautiful country, and to meet up with other women who are like-minded is just such a satisfying feeling. And it's such a great sisterhood that, you know, what can I say? If you're not doing this, you're missing out on a whole lot of life. Just get out there and do it.
Just do it.
Fond are the memories, my mind's I recall. I keep them forever, I treasure them all. But if I was offered a trade